Okay, welcome to Term 1, Week 3 of the Year 11 Engineering Studies course. So you can see here I'm on the home page, the landing page that we can actually drop onto. And again, I'm going to go to my most favourite tab, Current Topics. As I click on here, I can see that Week 3 is, there's a link there. I'll click on that link and it will take me to the ignition page for Week 3. This week we're looking at, quickly looking at engineering materials and how they work in the field of engineering, but specifically their properties and characteristics which make them unique. Okay, so as we're coming down here, again, the syllabus dot points, learn about and learn twos. Oh, I've got to change that to learn twos. Intentions and success criteria. And these are the activities we're looking at this week. There's going to be a video to watch. Again, no Zoom in week 3 because we're meeting face to face. There's evidence of learning. It's a short quiz this time, and then a discussion primarily looking at innovation of new materials and how that impacts workers in the field of engineering. Down here, this is where you'll find the video that I'm actually creating now. Okay, again with the navigation, if I click on previous, this will take me back to week 2's work. Okay, if I go next, it'll take me to week 3 and I can start to progress through. So again, this navigation down the bottom makes life really easy in Canvas. Next. Okay, so the preparation this week, in the perfect world, you'll watch this video and get a great understanding of engineering materials and what they are, how they work, the classification, the characteristics. It's a great little video. Again, you'll probably look at this and realize that a lot of it is that work that you did in years 9 and 10 regarding science. Okay, so there's a whole lot of science in there. For this week's face-to-face, and again, I'll just show you how this actually works so you can get an understanding. And I'll be doing it with the Zoom. So here I've just put in a dodgy Zoom so I can actually mark it. I'll just leave student view for 1 second. And you can see here as a teacher, I've got access to what they call Speed Grader. Now when I click on Speed Grader, what will happen here is I've got options of the different students that were attending the course. In this case with Josh, I know he was there on the day, so I've given him 1 mark out of 1. And again, this is the start of the data collection that's occurring. So here in the back end, that's collected, and I'll get a graph later on to show how the attendance actually is over the year for each of you as students. So as I click through, like I said here, that's a test student, that's another student. So there's all the different students lined up here, the 24 in the class at the moment, and again, we're collecting data on each of you. Okay, so I'm going to come back here, I'm going to go back into my student view. So again here, nothing to do with this, but when you come to the Zooms, you can see they're actually listed here and you can join the meeting this way. Okay, join the meeting this way. While I'm actually here with the cloud recordings, I'll just click on cloud recordings, and as the meetings are actually completed, you'll see the recordings will be dropped in here. Okay, so you've got upcoming meetings, previous meetings, and cloud recordings. The cloud recordings are here. Now the beauty of this is, if you happen to miss a Zoom, you're expected to come back and watch the Zoom here to get a great understanding of what's actually happened. Okay, so from the Zoom, let's go next. Here, a little bit of information about what engineering projects there are, from the fictitious to the real. So these two are fictitious, as we know, Iron Man and looks like Star Trek. Basically, it's going through the different things, like from idea generation to problem solving to the reality of engineering. Little bit of a joke here with this one. Trust me, I'm an engineer. You can see here, this is supposedly a hot water system for a shower. And when it comes down to material properties, this is what we're sort of asking here. Is this right? Is it going to actually heat the water as intended? To get a hot shower? What if this material wasn't actually fire resistant? It was flammable. What would happen here if this hose actually caught on fire? Here, what's holding the candle up is this bit of wire. What happens when the flame actually burns down past this wire? Is this a suitable solution? Other things that we're looking for is like here, the corrosion, how the metal's deteriorating, and another form of corrosion in the form of rust. So again, have the right materials been chosen? So again, like while this is a joke, it's actually giving us a whole lot of insight into engineering and what needs to occur. While we joke about things like this, you actually find that there's real life examples. This is the Opal Towers that can be found down in Homebush, in that Olympic, down part of the Olympic site down there. And what happened is they got it wrong in the sense of the building materials and how they actually work. So this is actually the inside of someone's unit there. To make sure that the building doesn't fall down, they've had to put in these abutments to actually hold and stabilize the building. Otherwise, it was actually at a stage where it could have fallen and broken. And again, this is about not understanding the materials and how they work and making sure that they're used the correct way. So this week, a couple of little PowerPoints here for you to go over. So just say I click on the materials one. Again, little PowerPoint about the classification of materials and why it happens. And you're sort of expected to go over this and read it to get a better understanding of the different materials like compounds and mixtures. You're going to find that those terms will be asked. Again, here, in this case, go over them. If you've got any questions, please bring them up. Let me know. But again, this is coming back to usually a stage 5 science that we're looking at here. Next, right, to test your knowledge, we've put in this little quiz. Okay, so here, and you can see that with these quizzes, I'm hoping that you get it finished by this date. It's opened up a little bit longer for you and it's available from this time. So the way this actually works is you just take the quiz, you come down here and you actually start clicking. I'll just click anything randomly here. I don't know what is right or what is wrong. I'm just clicking anything. And again, in your case, I'd actually be hoping that you're reading the questions and you've done the reading and understand what it's about. I submit the quiz and it's actually self-marked, so it gives me the information here about whether or not I got it wrong. So in here, your answer and a correct answer. So it gives, oh look at that, what a great score there, 1 out of 10. So it gives you that opportunity to have a look and see where your knowledge is at. So it's a self-marking quiz that way. Right, I'm not going to show you the answers, just go next. For the reflection this week, we're looking at like the idea of innovation. So here, like they've got things like self-healing concrete, which is coming out. That actually stops these cracks of forming. And the question that's being asked is, what sort of impact would this material that can self-heal itself have on the current concrete industry? So for example, at the moment, I live in a rendered house and the cement rendering is starting to crack. So for me to actually fix it, I've got to get a professional in to do the work for me. However, if it's actually self-healing, that job might just disappear. So what does it mean? How will that actually impact the industry itself? Like on the employees, the materials being used, is there a cost issue? So I just want you to start thinking about this here and answer it within the discussion here. Okay, so you click in here and you can actually start to type your answer. I'd also encourage you here with your discussions, if pictures help, start loading pictures up. You've got the ability to insert a picture here, so you can upload it, and that will give better clarification to what you're actually talking about as well. Okay, so coming back to the beginning, this week itself, week 3, so you can see I'm even using this navigation system because it's the easiest way to go. This is about an introduction into general materials and the idea here. It's leading towards your first assessment task as well, where we're looking at all the different material properties. There will be time to discuss this in a Zoom and go over it deeper, but it's starting to review what you've done in stage 5 so you've got a fairly good understanding of where we're going to in 6. So this week, watching videos, do the readings, give the quiz a go, get the reflection done, and then get ready for our meeting in class, as well as the Zoom next week, where we can start explaining all of this work. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.